Hey, what's up everybody? Angry K9 here, back again on the Unnamed Server, and we are over here in the Nether. That's right, we're down here in the Nether, actually under the portal. You can see the portal right there, and the reason why is because I am finally getting around to building a Nether hub. It's been a couple of months since we did a world restart, and we have had nothing but just a couple of tunnels in the Nether ever since, which I'm going to run up here and take a look at. And hopefully there's no ghast up here waiting for me like there was yesterday. So you can see I've been doing some work here. I've dug out a large circle and starting just at the level of the bedrock there. And it is going to go down, all the way down to that bottom level right there where the cobblestone is. That's level 106 there. So we're going from, what is that, 122 I think it is, where the bottom level of that is, all the way down. And I am going to turn my sounds down. And I'm just going to go ahead and go with the master volume there, because everything was much too loud in my headset, including those annoying piggies. So yeah, I spent the last couple of days, well actually quite a while, working on different ideas for another hub. Just couldn't really have any, just couldn't find anything that really stuck out, you know, that just really reached out and grabbed me. Envy, I believe it was Envy, had built something in a creative world. He was just messing around with some ideas that he had and took a couple of screenshots and posted them on our private forum. And I looked at his screenshots and I saw a couple of things that I liked. So I sat there and I spent some time looking at them, examining them. And he had put something in there that I liked, that I thought, you know, that would be really cool if I could do that. So I've decided to do that, but I'm going to do it a little bit different than what he had. I'm going to have this large round room right here, and this is just going to be the start. The hub itself is not going to be round like most hubs are. You have a lot of, you know, big round rooms with different alcoves, as I call them, or track entrances, you know, all around the room. Not going to do that. You can see we have everything in that direction, everything in that direction. Everybody's tunnels and things like that. And I've actually had to reroute quite a few tunnels. Let's see, there's one, I think it's way down here. This tunnel actually heads to Fubi's Wither hunting grounds. And there's also a makeshift blaze farm that leads to, down that tunnel. That was originally over there. And there is another one, I think, right over here that leads to Evo's Mesa biome. That was originally over here somewhere. Had to reroute that one. There's a couple of tunnels over here I had to reroute as well. Nobody's base tunnels, though. I haven't... Well, actually, I guess that's not true. I did have to reroute Box of Candies, but he has unfortunately decided to leave the server and spend all his time dealing with his own Pixelmon server. But originally his spawn build was right down there, so I did sort of have to reroute his tunnel. Really didn't have to reroute it, just block this end of it off. And all this had to be rerouted. And there's the wither killing area. All of this had to be rerouted to accommodate that large circle. And eventually, get back over here in the main corridor. Eventually these hallways are also going to be blocked off. I had to move Ryzen's track there a little bit. It was originally pretty far back here. But it's up there now, and I put his track pieces right there. And everybody else's tunnel is still in the same place. And all that had to be done to accommodate this large circle. And like I said, even this corridor here is going to be blocked off at some point in time. What I plan on doing is, when I get most of this hub built, I'm going to have some steps probably right over here. They're going to lead down to that lower level, temporary steps. Because I'm going to have corridors branching off from this circle, but they're not going to go in the straight, you know, north, south, east, west cardinal directions. Ooh, magma cube. They're actually going to go diagonally. I'm going to have one going in that direction, one going in that direction, and I'm going to have two areas, one there, that we can use to expand if we need to. But if I put the tunnels that I'm going to have in each of those directions, we're going to have more than enough alcoves or track doorways, whatever you want to call them, for everybody on the server, and quite a few left over for anybody that joins the server. And then we'll have that expansion space that way. So if we do need to expand, we'll be able to. That is one of the things I wanted to do with another hub, is I wanted to be able to expand it if it was necessary without... Oh, there's 2 of them down there. I'd like to shoot them, but I know I'll hit a pig man. These guys have already killed me once over here. I was using my pick up here, knocking some netherrack down, and hit one of them. He happened to walk right in front of me, and 5 of them attacked me. They ganged up on me. And yeah, so anyway, but yeah, I wanted to make sure that there was plenty of room to expand if it became necessary. I don't think it's going to be necessary to have a storage room in here like we did on the old world. Also not going to be necessary to have, what else was I thinking about? Oh, the shop area. That's right, the shop area. We've got shops in spawn that don't get used. I don't think there's any point in putting anywhere over here where we can have shops in the Nether. I'm not going to fill in or destroy any of the current existing tunnels here. I'm just going to block them off when I build the rest of this. I still got a lot of digging to do. I've got to take all this netherrack down, all the way down to that lower level. And then I'll have, like I said, the main track tunnel branching that way, and then there will be several alcoves in each tunnel. I might take them that way and that way, I'm not sure yet. And then I'll have the other 2 sides that doesn't get the tunnel. I'll have just stone bricks there, kind of wall it off. But I will have a hole cut through it, a little doorway to lead the steps, temporary steps that'll lead up here to the old hub. And that's just until everybody gets their tunnels moved over, then we won't need it anymore. There's no more pigment around, so we'll take these guys out. So yeah, anyway, I've got a very complicated build here. Going to be using a lot of different materials, including some stained clay. And I'm going to need quite a bit of red stained clay. I don't have a whole lot of clay back at base, so I am going to have to find a mesa biome. Now, I know that Evo has one down here, but I really don't want to go out there and start digging around in his biome. I have a feeling that there's probably one not too far away from my island base. So I have all this digging to do. I'm probably going to go ahead and finish all that up before I head on out looking for a mesa biome. And what I'm going to do is go ahead and do this. Hopefully I can get through this with 1 pick. I'm sure I'm not going to be able to. Got 1 here, and I've probably got 2 more back at the base so that I don't have to use any more diamonds or anything. Got to move this portal over too, but it is going to go from ceiling to floor anyway. Nice big tall portal, and it's going to be centered right on this cobblestone. This cobblestone is going to come out. This floor is going to come out. This was just here so that people aren't falling when they come out of the portal there. Yeah, so, and I already told the guys in our private forum to watch out when they come into the Nether, because I am doing some construction, and there's a possibility that ghasts might spawn. So anyway, I'm going to go ahead and clear all of this out, and I will come back when I get it all cleared out, and I have the large room here that will, of course, until the Nether hub is built, be called the Nether hole. Just like on the old world, this is going to be... Nope, see what I mean? Right there. At least he's stuck in the floor. But he's not making my job any easier, because now I gotta fill all his holes in. Did I get a tier? Did I get a tier? I did not. Okay, I am back, and I've got all this dug out, and I want to say thanks to Phalantus. He showed up and helped me finish doing this. And I've started working on the walls already, the design here. All the way around I have these arches made out of iron blocks. I wanted a light colored block, specifically white, to use to sort of accentuate the decoration on the walls. And quartz was an option, but I don't have a lot of it, and it is kind of difficult to obtain. So I went ahead and went with iron blocks since we have a bunch of it. And really, I think it looks alright. It works out pretty well. And I was recording a segment of video where I was putting in this nether brick and these half slabs here, but for some reason, Fraps decided it didn't want to record it. So basically what I'm doing here is outlining this entire section of wall right here with the nether brick. And I've got a couple of these redstone lamps in there. I originally had glowstone in there, But I have a bad habit of overusing the glowstone, and I think the redstone lamps look better. So I want to go ahead and mirror that side over here, all the way around across the top. And let's see here. I need to head over this way, throw down a couple of half slabs here on top of the iron. And the reason why I'm doing that is, one, for decoration, but two, I want to make this as spawn-proof as possible. The original design I have is spawn-proof. I've thrown some half slabs down on the floor to keep things from spawning while I'm working, and it's worked so far. Of course, pigmen can still spawn on the cobblestone up there. That's just there temporarily so that when people come out of the portal, they don't drop to the floor. That's not going to be there long. These walls, these tunnels here are going to be blocked off. All four walls are going to be set up with the same design that I'm putting into this wall here. So let me go ahead and show you what I'm doing. Knock this down a little bit. Got a redstone lantern that goes right there. I'm going to have some nether brick here and here, just like that. Is that right? That is right. And the lantern, I believe, goes right here. So let me plop that down right there. I want to go ahead and knock this block out right here because I'm going to put a lever in. That was one too many. I should get a lower efficiency pick so that I don't keep doing that. Put that lever in there and throw that redstone lamp in there. And I could use blocks of redstone instead of levers, but levers are cheaper and just generally easier to work with, I think. So I'm going to go ahead and put another brick all the way up just like that. And I believe, grab those blocks there. I don't want them hanging around. I'm going to go ahead and jump up here and put some more in. Let's see. This whole back section here, I think, is nether brick. That's what I'm trying to say there. Lost my train of thought for a second. And I want to get a couple of half slabs right there, just like that. And then all this is nether brick. All the way up, both sides. And I think I have another redstone lantern up there. And then I have the nether brick coming right here, right? Just like this. And I want to say that I have it going up here as well. Following all the way around. Then we go up a little higher. And right in here is where I have that lantern, redstone lamp, whatever you want to call it. Get up here, put this lever back there. Get those blocks out of there too. Don't have to, but I don't want them lurking around there. And I think that just about does it. Let's see, I have this one here. That's why I'm saying I should probably get some low efficiency picks. I can knock another rack out and it won't keep knocking out too many. Just like that. Whoop, one too many. That's not supposed to be there. And I'll head on over this way and finish out the top of this. Make sure that everything is lined up in the right place. I don't have this in the right place, do I? Not surprised. Throw those in there. Bring all those to me. This is actually supposed to be nether brick as well. And the lantern goes up one level higher right there. Keep calling them lanterns, redstone lamps, whatever you want to call them. Drop that lever right there. I'm going to go back and get that block. And we'll put that right there where it's supposed to be. Now it should be directly across from that one, which it is, which is the way it should be. And throw in some more nether brick right over there. Let me extend this out over this way. Just like that. Let me grab this one too. It's in the way. Sits in the wrong spot. And I did not make this go out far enough. Doink, doink, doink. Just like that. Okay. And we'll need one more right there. And we need one more right there. I missed those spots. And that should do it. So let's go ahead and start digging out some of this here, because we are going to have red stained clay in most of this wall here. And I'll just go ahead and... That's cool, that's cool, that's cool. All of this actually is going to be red stained clay. All the way up to the edge. And that's why I use this nether brick here. I wanted to kind of give it an outline. Make it look like it was outlined. And I really like the design. I think it turned out really well. Let me get up here. Ah, cool. I didn't know if I was going to make it or not. So I'm going to go ahead and dig out this excess netherrack here. And get it out of the way so that we can put the stained clay in. And I might run back to base and get... Well, actually, you know what I might just do? I've got plenty of iron and sticks here. I think I'll go ahead and make a couple of picks that are not enchanted so that I don't keep knocking out too much netherrack, because that is very frustrating. Okay, I've got the wall all set up and ready to go for what I need to do, except that I got one little issue here. Went back just a little bit too far here. That's easily repaired. Wasn't supposed to dig it back so far, but that's alright. We'll just fill it in here, and then, once I get that done, we can put the rest of this in. Get out here. Ah, there we go. But I've also done the other side, and I've got it started with the color scheme that I'm going to put in here. And as you can see, I have the red stained clay around the edges here. Got some glowstone in there to light things up a little bit. And what I'm going to do here in the middle is put in some quartz. Now, I did want to use quartz in this build, but I didn't want to use a whole lot. So I went very sparingly with it, I guess you could say. I got the chiseled quartz blocks, and I'm going to do that in each corner. And then I've got the column style blocks right here. Get up here, going in that direction, and then right up the middle here. Let's see, I think I've got 4, and then I've got another one facing out. So we go 1, 2, 3, 4. This is going to be a little bit tricky, so let me toss that in there and put that right there, and then 1, 2, and I'm not going to be able to do the rest of them, so let me go ahead and put that right there. I think I did that wrong, actually. Let's see. Yeah, I sure did. I've got 5 or 6, so let's go. See if I can do this. 1, 2, thank you, 3 and 4 and 5, and I think the center is actually supposed to be right there. So let's fix that. And that one there, that should be right. Let me go ahead and drop down here and take a look. Should be centered right in the middle. 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yep, there we go. Just like that. And we're going to do the same thing on the other side. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. We'll put another... Oh, wrong one. Ha ha ha. That goes in the corner. And stupid pick. Oh, I didn't want to use that block. That's alright. Put that there, and this goes way up there in the corner, and I cannot get to it, so I will pillar up there, and 1, oh, wrong block, dagnabbit, a little excited on the mouse wheel there, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, so that takes care of that part, and then in the center here, I'm going to have some cyan stained clay, and then these lava blocks, and also some white glass and some yellow glass is going to go in here. So let's see here. I'm not going to need these right now. Go ahead and get these all arranged the way I want them. And for the next little bit here, I'm going to have the stained clay in here. And I do have this set in a little bit. Kind of give it a little bit of depth here. So we'll go ahead and place the block, please. Thank you. Didn't want to seem to work there. And that was my email notification going off. And then I've got this column straight down just like this. And that should be up 1 higher than the cyan stained clay there. Go ahead and throw this all the way up. A couple more blocks. We'll get all the way down. And I think this looks pretty neat, the way this is designed. If I do say so myself. If I can get these blocks to place here. Alright, and I think, actually, okay, I gotta place the rest of the quartz along the top there, which is right there, and I seem to have just a little bit more clay than I expected, but that's alright, because I'm doing this on all four sides. I'm going to do that on this wall, and those two as well. So I went to Evo's Mesa Biome and collected all kinds of clay, about 9 stacks of red stain clay, and 9 stacks of regular clay, just in case. And this one should be out like that. Let me move over this way, move these in here, and that will have that in place. And I kind of went up just a little bit too high because I need to place that lava, so let me go ahead and knock this out. And drop down a little bit. And hopefully I can do this without burning myself up. Hello, Mr. K, Calibajui, back on the server again. He was having some problems recently. Looks like he's got them fixed, so good to see him back. Now we're just going to let that lava flow right down, and then we are going to start placing this white glass panes actually. I like the panes better than the blocks. It sets it back in just a little bit and gives it a little bit more depth. Also lights it up really well. Because one thing I wanted to do was use alternative lighting sources instead of having torches all over the place. And the lava works out really well for that. So we're going to go ahead and drop that down there. And that should take care of this part. And let's stand back and take a look. Get that block out of there. Yeah, that looks really good, really coming together. Got the quartz around it. Gives it a nice frame effect. And then we change the color of the clay there from the red stain to the cyan stain clay. And I think that looks really neat. Now for this area right here, where I have the glowstone, I'm going to go ahead and put in some yellow stained glass panes. Now originally I had jungle leaves in here, and it looked alright, but it seemed a little bit dull. So I wanted to kind of change the color up a little bit. I tried green glass, and it looked like just bleh, yucky with the red stained clay behind it. And I tried different colored glass, and really the yellow one was, the yellow glass was really all that stood out. I tried orange glass, and it just seemed so plain, almost monochromatic all the way across. I kind of like to do different, color schemes and things like that. Try to break everything up really well so that I don't have too much in the way of monochromatic colors. Getting better at it. I'm still not all that great at it, but in this particular case, I think it worked out really well. So we got all that in place. Get rid of that stuff, and let's run up here to the top and take a look at this. See how this looks. So, yeah, like I said, I'm going to do all 4 walls like this, and I'm going to have to block off these current corridors. I'll have steps from the bottom leading up, and as temporary access until I get all of the tunnels done, all of the track entrances, and then everybody can move their tracks as they please. I'll probably go ahead and leave one of them dedicated to accessing the old tunnel here in case somebody decides they don't want to move, although I don't know why anybody would want to do that. So let's take a look at this thing. Let me go ahead and turn this off. And that's how all the walls are going to look on all 4 sides, and I think that really looks neat. I really like the color scheme. I like the cyan clay and the red clay. And I think the red clay goes really well with the nether brick. Trying to stick to kind of, I don't know, fiery, warm colors, I guess you could say. I do end up using a little bit of yellow and orange stained clay in this as well. And I have some other things that I do with some glass there. I don't stay just with, the yellow and orange glass. I do use all different colored glass in this. I've got a couple of structures that I build down in the areas down here once I get those. But we will see that at some point in time. And next thing I want to work on, of course, is the ceiling and the floor. I'm going to go ahead and get that wall over there done. And then I'm going to work on the floor. It's all wood half slabs all the way around with some stone and nether brick half slabs thrown in. I'm not really going to do that on camera. I'm going to go ahead and work on that off camera. The idea is to have the entire floor half slabs so that we don't have any ghasts spawning in here. I'm not so much worried about the pigmen. They can be avoided usually pretty well. They don't really cause too much trouble running around here. It's the guests that I'm worried about. So everything's going to be half slab, and that is why I have the half slabs on top of these iron blocks here to prevent any spawning space at all. Ultimately, I believe, though I'm not completely certain, that the entire design is 100% spawn proof, but I won't really know that for sure until I get it built. So we'll see how that goes. So yeah, I think that's going to do it for this video. I'm going to go ahead and work on more of this off camera. Next time you see this area, I will have the floor done, and I'll probably have the portal replaced and have the final version of the portal in place. And hopefully I will also have at least one of the tunnels for the track entrances started. I'm going to have to dig some stairs from each of these tunnels down to the bottom level there, because this portal, the new portal I put in, will be in the same area, but it's going to go from ceiling to floor. Very tall portal, since they've changed the way you can build portals. You can change the size and shape of your portal. Since they've done that, it fits really well into the center of this design the way I've got it set up. At least I think it does. So yeah, looking pretty cool. So thanks for watching, guys. I hope you liked the video. Please feel free to comment, rate, and subscribe to my channel if you're not a subscriber. My name is Angry Canine, and I will see you next time.